going on, guys? AcidJurassic here. Today I'm going to be introducing you to Solo.to. This is my link hub where it's literally one of the best applications for 100% free. You literally can create your own custom URL. For example, ours is called Solo.to/AcidJurassic. So we're going to sign in. So let's go and get into it. Now, currently this is what our page looks like on PC on the free tier, and I'll show you exactly what it's going to look like once we make our own custom background. If you're curious why the banner is slanted, that's only on PC. On mobile, it's going to show it normally horizontal. So from here, you can title your page whatever you want, and you can add a little bit of a description. We have our quick links at the top here, and then we have all of our different social buttons with whatever title and description we wanted to have for them. And you're going to notice some of our sponsor links just have the affinity sign. Well, now that we're an entrepreneur tier, we can actually customize the links so they have the proper image so you can see exactly what it is before you're clicking on them. So let's head into our page here. Now this is going to show off the basic, and then I'll go into a section where we're showing off more of the entrepreneur tier. So to start off, we have display name. We have our logo at the top here. Now you can change the color to whatever you want. I went with a darker green color. You have a location, so you can have your location if you want. I just have it set to streaming from the void. You have bio, basically you can describe what you are. You can have a video if you are an entrepreneur tier. If you're not, then you're not able to have access to that. You only have access to the color. But if you're curious to see how well the video looks, you just head over to your page, refresh it once again, and that's what the video would look like playing in the background on a loop. Now appearance, this is where you can have your accents, colors, you can have light, dark, void, you can customize your font to whatever font that you think fits your channel best. You can have your profile picture enabled, you can have a square or a round picture. You have a display name, customize your display name, style, or hide it from your page. So if you don't want to have it, you can turn it off, and a link thumbnail. Now on the free tier, you're not going to have access to the embed, so we're going to delete our Twitch just to show you guys how easy it is to actually add it. Boom, it has now been removed. Now you can also go from add new at the top, or you can just scroll underneath it and then you can have a whole new section. So you have link, section, or embed. We're just going to click add new link. That way it'll put it at the top here. Now have whatever title you want and then put your URL for your page. For example, for me, I'm going to paste in my Twitch link, and then you can click done and it should automatically swap the picture to Twitch since it's going to recognize that as a main website. Once again, though, you're going to notice that some of these other ones, like our sponsored links here, they're not actually going to have an image yet, but we'll eventually get into that, and we can have a custom thumbnail set, and it'll load whatever we want. Then you can also have it scheduled, that way it shows only during certain times. And then once you're done customizing your page, make sure you click save. You can scroll down out of this section, and then we can move on to the buttons. This is where you can have it set up so you have an email contact. So that we have our professional email linked. It'll be found right here at the top. As soon as you click it, it'll take you to the email address. So you don't have to do anything fancy when it comes to that. You can also have your phone number displayed, your Discord if you want, Telegram, etc. Now for social, this is going to be a little bit different. So that's going to be our little hyper buttons here at the top. So for example, you can literally just click on it and it'll automatically take you to our pages just to have it for the people who don't prefer to scroll all the way down. However, you're going to notice that it's not going to have all of our different links here. So for anything that has a custom domain, that's where you're going to want to have it inside of your main buttons. They do have a few different categories though. So for example, social, they have like Snapchat, Pinterest, Blue Sky, Tumblr, Reddit, etc. For music, they have a whole different variation of options. Gaming, once again, we have the main, we have podcasts, we have payments, and then we have our contact. Then for integrations, we have page shares. Once again, this is only going to be with the entrepreneur tier. So as you guys can see, currently right now, it's not going to have a little share icon. All we're going to have to do is toggle that on, and then click save. Now, whenever we refresh our page, now it'll have a quick share icon. It's also going to work perfectly on mobile. So you don't have to do any fancy coding. Everything will automatically be set perfectly for you. All right, so we're going to get rid of that link. And also, if you're wanting to have a tip jar, you can have it set up to connect Stripe if you are in the entrepreneur tier. Now, what's actually changed different? Well, let's say we want to have our image be the background that we have set. So we'll click on save. And then the appearance tab, nothing's really changed too much. You can have a display name with your own custom logo or text, or a favicon if you want, but you're going to notice a lot of the stuff that has a lightning bolt, that's going to signify that you need to upgrade to the next tier. So keep that in mind when you're trying to customize everything. Also, for the appearance, you can customize whatever colors you want. I try to keep it green for the acidic theme. But let's make an embed, and I'll show you exactly how easy it is. So first off, we're just going to copy our link here. Click Add New, click Embed. Now this is going to be for the entrepreneur tier. You paste in your link, and then the title doesn't actually matter because for some reason this section won't show. So just click Done. So once you add in your link, you want to make sure you scroll down, click on the save icon. Now we'll refresh our page. Now you're going to notice it's immediately going to pop up our Twitch embed, and it's going to move the buttons down some. It's going to prioritize the embed to be able to show everything currently, and it'll also show the upcoming stream times, which is perfect. So it does really well with Twitch integration. But you're going to notice that we don't actually have a title here, and even if we called it something fun like Click Me, then click Save, you're not actually going to realize that. So that's just going to be for your own current categorization. However, there is a way around this. So when you're underneath the link here, click on Section. Once you add in your section, you're going to want to make sure that you toggle on the title card. If you don't have the toggle title, it's not going to work. Then you can call the section whatever you want. So for example, Done. You can also have an accent color if you prefer. And then you drag it above your embed if you want it to be on top. Then we click Save. And now, once we reload our page, instead of it not being there, now we physically have our title listed, and it's also going to be the color that we were wanting. So we turn the accents color off. That's when it's going to go to the default white. So toggling it on is going to be how you have the custom colors for it. I went briefly over in the other section here, but make sure you have the page share enabled, and then you can also have a tip jar if you're in the entrepreneur tier. That way people want to tip you along the way. Now, not only that, but we are actually partnering with Solo.to, so we have a link down in the description down below. That way you guys are able to get 10% off if you're wanting to upgrade to your different tiers. And the really cool thing is they have an analytics page. So today we had 30 different viewers, and all time we had 579 people click on our link, which is pretty amazing since we usually don't actually really push our link too much. It's just been hanging out on our channel. So for our custom link, it's going to be Solo.to/invite AcidJurassic. Now, one thing to keep in mind when you're doing this, if you click on the preview tab, it's going to look a little bit differently. So you're going to notice that it says click me, and it'll show embed, and it'll be a little bit more descriptive. However, if we actually head to our main page here, it's not actually going to have any of those text. So even though it does claim that, I recommend actually having your normal web page open. That way you can see exactly in real time how it's going to be changing. But let's say you're going to want to make a whole bunch of different pages. Well, the cool thing is you can actually just click on clone page. It should be down here at the very bottom. So like, let's say you're wanting to do a whole nother Solo.to for like a custom thing, like you're running 2 different channels or something. This is where you can make a whole new username, click create, and it's going to literally move all of your information over to that other page. If this guide helped you set up your own custom domain, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. And let me know if you guys did end up deciding to go with Solo.to. It's actually extremely easy to set up your own custom domains here, and it's so nice to have your links all in one section instead of having to have people scroll through like 20 different links on your channel just to find all the things that they're wanting to find. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope everyone has a good afternoon, evening, and morning.